Hello everyone, welcome back to Hermitcraft Season 11, Episode 15. It's good to see you. Last episode we did so much work on our mega base. Thank you so much for all the feedback on it. I've been absolutely in love with how this mega base is coming together. I'm so happy. I'm already planning what I want to do for the next stage to get all the way up to the top there. But for today, I think we work on some smaller problems. And no, I'm not talking about the rainbow in my backyard, although I think I would consider that a bit of a bigger problem. It's kind of a problem. Look at the view that I'm gonna have here. I know that I haven't talked about this backside very much, but I do plan to do this mostly out of glass. So this is gonna be my view. Tango's Mountain, giant rainbow, dock down there, and then behind my head through the door, Mumbo's geese. I'm literally surrounded by hermits. I couldn't be more surrounded by hermits on this server if I tried. So it's very important that I work on all sides of this base. Last episode we worked on the front a lot, but from Joel, Doc, and Tango's POV, this is kind of the front. So we need to round off especially these wings, finish off all of the tips of these towers and some of the roofs. I'm gonna be real, today might call for a bit of a bits and bobs episode. I'm kind of excited about that. First, though, I'd like to just stand here menacingly. Look at him. Look at him. I'm going to just sip my morning coffee and watch him. Something very strange going on in my backyard. I'm having a maple syrup flavored coffee, by the way. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. Very good. Okay, Joel. This is insane. You are insane and not normal. Oh dear. All right, okay, it's time to worry about myself. Sorry, I don't know what you said. I can't read. What is going on? All right, well, now that we got that out of the way, base work, huh? It feels really good to make a little bit of upward progress to start the episode. Now, let's get into some more bits and bobs because there are so many more details that I need to do. For example, when we did this interior in here, there were a few details that I ended up leaving out, especially on the outside over here. This is a very plain wall facing my neighbor Joel, and we're obviously not going to leave it like this. It's actually going to have another rose window in it, smaller than the one last episode, but kind of the same idea. Which means all I've got to do is make a nice circle. Oops. I should do better scaffolding. Nice big circle. Even just cutting that hole in the wall makes a huge difference, honestly. Okay, working on a big flat wall like this is ultimately me just adding a bunch of shapes and lines until it looks generally okay. Yeah, okay, we're making really big progress, but we're definitely missing a light color right now, so I think we need to get some diorite involved. I know, shocking. I'm using diorite. Everybody's shocked. Nobody saw it coming. Genuinely, every time I open this chest, I'm like, today's gonna be the day. Today's gonna be the day I have no diorite left. And it never is. I always have more diorite. I'm not even sure how anymore. First things first, we're just going to surround the entire thing in our diorite so that we have something to build off of. Oops, actually needs to be right here. Now this one is a lot smaller than the other ones. We just need to make some nice symmetrical shapes here, and we probably won't fill it in quite as much. But if you get a stair going like that, then maybe one like that, you can kind of end up staircasing in a little bit. All right, 2 rose windows in a row. It's not bad. I really like the contrast of the diorite in that one. Very cool. I find it really funny that almost every new time I get on, this nether wart field is harvested. Somebody is benefiting from my nether wart field very much. I have no idea who, but you're welcome, Hermit. Anyways, bits and bobs. I know this has been bothering some of you for a really long time. Also, when I did this interior, some of you said the curtains should go all the way to the floor. Do I agree? Oh, I actually think I do agree. I think you're 100% correct. Yeah, that does look better. We do need furniture in here, by the way. It's not just going to be a plain room. We're gonna have like chairs and tables and stuff. I don't know. These curtains have taken an insane amount of wool. It's actually kind of crazy. One of these days, I'm gonna spend the whole day just designing furniture, and I think it's going to make me very happy. I feel like these sort of halls just always have like sitting areas and stuff off to the side. That doesn't look right, but I think I'm on the right track. I am uncertain. I am just taking full advantage of this bits and bobs day and letting my brain truly do whatever it wants to do, because how did we go from rose window to interior decor? I don't know, but I think I like it. I think ultimately, if left alone in Minecraft, I do tend to just mindlessly decorate. Okay, but what if there was a bookshelf there? You can't tell me that's not nice. Let's elevate it a little bit though. I don't know if I should use spruce for this. This might be a job for oak wood. I almost never use oak wood. I'm excited about this. Okay, that is a lovely bookcase. I don't know if it necessarily belongs in this room, but I'm not mad at it. A worst case scenario, it's like 15 blocks. It can just move to a different part of the mansion if I don't end up loving it here. I think in a room like this, a bunch of chairs is also really important. Now, these are nothing we haven't seen before. I'm just going to put a carpet on a piece of scaffolding. Yeah, it looks like a chair. Probably would have them right next to each other. I collected up a ton of dead bushes just in case I ever wanted to have a bunch of potted plants around. I feel like this is the perfect opportunity. Okay, how do we feel? It's getting busy. It's getting busy. I think probably we don't need every section to have like a lot of stuff in it, but this is good. I think we can even maybe do another potted plant here. Let's just try. Maybe I'm doing too much. I could be doing too much. I don't know. Is it too much? Am I doing too much? I don't know. I feel like a hall of this size, you could fit a bigger tree, right? I'm kind of enjoying the random chairs and stuff around too. It really feels like some sort of entrance hall. Working in this space, it's so easy to get carried away. You could just detail forever. It's so fun. Look, it's harvested again right now, and it's a different group of people online. I'm so confused. I mean, I love it. Somebody's munching on all my warts. Don't worry, I've changed into my proper skin. And my warts have grown. We're winning. We're winning. Okay, so we've been working on a couple of small things around the base, but I haven't really addressed the issue of like the back of the base still having a couple of incomplete areas, so I do want to do that today. But I thought first I would maybe take you guys on a little tour of the world. We did a world tour recently with a few guests, and the VOD for that is up on my second channel if you're into that sort of thing. It's a longer like stream segment though, so I thought for those of you who don't really have time for that, we would maybe go over to our tavern, hop on our horse, and just travel some of the paths. I don't spend a lot of time on camera at the tavern, but look at how the view is coming along. I'm going to keep this tree line here. I actually think it's perfect with just the mega base peeking out above it. Loving how my area is coming together, but let's go see if we could see a few hermits and what they are up to. We will not be able to see everybody like this. Everybody's not even connected up to the paths anymore, but I'll see if I can poke my nose around. We can see Exuma's base here from my base, and this area is looking so cool. I love what Exuma's doing, especially this. God, I just love a big like greenhouse building. Here we are back at my bridge in the shopping district. Scar's area from here is looking insane, as well as Mumbo's. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is pretty incredible at sunset. I love Mumbo's base so much. Look how lovely and immersive that is. Oh my gosh. Wouldn't it be so nice if we could visit on foot? Oh, yeah. Ah! I mean, I'm genuinely... What is happening? Oh gosh! I'm getting out of here now. I'm so sorry, horse. Here we have the local shulker monster blocking a path. I'm assuming this is Scar. Scar's terrain's looking insane, by the way. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm heading towards the east of the server because I don't actually see much over here. Wells Castle, of course, looking absolutely amazing. Oh, gosh. Am I accidentally making a video about path safety? Wells! I don't think Wells has a back door that's horse accessible. All right, horse, how good of a jumper are you? Okay, we're fine. We're on a wall. Joe and Cleo are working in some of my favorite colors. Look at all that diorite. Ooh, it's nice to see somebody else on the server in love with diorite. This is Joe's area, and I think he actually has this area right here where you could take whatever you need. And he has a bunch of dirt, I think probably stone and stuff. Oh, leaves. Oh my gosh. Very awesome, Joe. Yeah, this is super cool. It's a studio. Joe does not currently have a bridge, but it's okay because horses can swim in this update. There is a drowned firing tridents at me. Gosh, everything wants to kill my horse today. The color gradient Cleo is using here. Oh my gosh. I need to use resin at some point in my building career. I have not yet used it, but look how vibrant it is. Wow. Pearl, although currently pranked by a snowman, is an absolute master at building. The way that she uses color and detail. I mean, she must use close to every block in the game when she builds. It's so cool. And look at these trees. I love it. And here we are at Ren's area. Ren is doing something very geometric with this first area he's working on. I love that portal up there. Ooh. That's really nice. I feel like the swirly pattern in Tough was basically made for Ren. I love it. Also, use of dark blue. That is a color that we do not have very much of in Minecraft. Most Minecraft blue is like this color. It's very like yellow, teal, like it's a warmer blue. So getting a lot of this like dark blue is hard in the game. There's not so much variation, but he's done a really good job with it. Also, shout out to Ren and False. These paths are fantastic! I haven't hurt my horse once. We're starting to heal, actually. False appears to have frogs. Hello, little guy. Are you on a lead? Oh. What? That is so awesome. False has one of my favorite bases this season. I don't know what style this is exactly, but the arches and shapes here, again, so much diorite usage. I love it. My heart is happy. I mean, look at this. What the heck? I appreciate the bridge over the river. Thank you, False. Oh, this was lovely. So we just toured basically the east side of the server. It's not even close to everyone on this server. There's more people to the west. There's a lot more people to the north, and there's people south of me. But it is a little taste of what is going on this server, which I feel like I haven't done a good job of showing off recently. Right, it's nice to be home before anything else on the paths can try to murder me. Look at this. One of the reasons I built this tavern here, the perfect view of the mega base. Eventually, this is going to take up the entire window. Oh, it's so cool. You can imagine staying here and seeing the giant, like, citadel looming in the background. It's very immersive, if I do say so myself. Now I must go get back to work on it. We have a lot of small little details to carry on working on. Carry on working on? Is that a sentence? It is now. Anyways, yes, thank you for joining me on that tiny Hermitcraft tour. Now, that has reminded me. Last time Mumbo insulted my base, it was about this area. And you know what? Actually, kind of valid. Kind of valid. It is just floating. I do have a habit of just leaving things floating. So just for you, as a treat in our Bits and Bobs episode, I'm gonna unfloat this. Now, obviously, I'm just gonna do this out of dirt because we are gonna have to come through and do a lot of detailing in the water and the terraforming all around here eventually, but I really just want to make this like a straight cliff. It really plunges into deep water quickly here, which is an effect that I actually really like. There we go, that looks a tiny bit better. It can now stay like that until I'm ready to terraform the entire river. There is something really motivating about both visiting other hermits' bases and also having people visit mine. During the last world tour we did where I got to see people's reactions to my base, it's actually really helpful to the building process because you can truly see where people's eyes are drawn, what they look at, and what potentially are areas that I need to fix. And that area right there that Mumbo pointed out is a really good example, but there are definitely other areas around here that still need some work. And so we're back to that topic that I brought up at the beginning of the episode where the view from my neighbor Joel's, well, to be honest, it is getting a bit better because I fixed up this side, but we could still do a few things back here. I think let's go ahead and make it our goal for the end of the episode to just finish off the rest of these towers back here. Hopefully that'll make our rainbowy neighbor happy. Alright, a couple more towers in the back of the base complete. But I just saw Beef was slain by a phantom. I think he was AFK. If he doesn't respond, I might just head over with a chest and see if I can pick up his stuff. I have no idea where he AFKs, but it's worth a shot. It sucks a lot to die AFK and lose your stuff, so I think his base is over this way. This side of the server looks crazy. Cub's base, XB's base. I still need to build XB trees. Maybe next episode. And Hypno's giant epic pyramid. I love the gradient here. Think beef is over here? Oh dear, how am I ever going to find anything? Oh wait! I'm an idiot. It's right there. Okay. I think he was just AFKing out in the open here. Let me fill my inventory with some stuff. I think I've almost got it all. Let's just check that we have, like, logically everything he would need. I don't see a helmet, but he might not wear a helmet. Yeah, I think that's it. Rescue mission accomplished. That is a good distraction. I've just thought of another bit that I need to bob. The Nether. It's always the Nether, isn't it? The Hermits have a charity event going on Twitch on April 11th and 12th, and a little part of that is going to be taking place in here in these Nether tunnels. I designed them on purpose for that event, but that does mean that I need to fix my personal tunnel here and get it all nice and safe for everybody so that I kind of claim this full area. We also need to work on just, like, extending these tunnels. We've done a pretty good job. They're not bad. They're not bad. It goes a long way. But I think both north and south could go a little bit further and be a little bit more polished up. So let's see if we can go ahead and just make ourselves a much nicer tunnel area here. I'm just going to widen it and probably use diorite to kind of mimic the interior of my base that I've started. I'm hoping for the outside here we can get like a big spiky roof detail hanging over. Ooh, you know what? That might look good. I don't want it to draw too much attention, but also it should draw some attention. I want people to know it's here. The whole point of a Nether hub is that us hermits can easily navigate and find each other, so the easier I make that, the better, I think. It's gonna be a little bit plain in here if I don't do something to dress it up. So I was thinking maybe iron bars like this, just every now and then to make little windows out into the regular Nether. Oh, it's a little Strider. He must have made his way all the way up here. Oh my gosh. Keep breaking my portal. Yep, that's kind of loud. I'm just gonna make my portal a little bit bigger because I think it'd be fun. I should probably also do the blocks behind the portal something prettier, like maybe just blackstone just to kind of polish it off. There we go. New portal. I feel like I don't craft hanging signs near enough. Okay, there we go. Gem space. Nice, simple, clean change to help the hermits navigate to my base. After finishing up my tunnel, me, Cleo, and Etho all got together for about 3 hours and finished off a lot of the actual tunnels in the Nether. They are all exactly as long as they need to be now, which is a huge accomplishment, to be honest. I've been staring at pictures of bricks for quite a while, and I'm not exactly happy with my bricks. They look a little bit too new at this point. I mean, we've got a couple areas up here that are kind of textured, but we could do a lot better job, so I've prepared a couple of blocks in my inventory, and I thought maybe I would spend a little while kind of doing a better job, you know? For example, even just down here is a very dangerous flower bed I've got here. We could just add in some cracked brick, and like it doesn't do much, but it does just age it a slight little bit. I don't have any right now, but glow lichen would also be amazing for this. All right, Happy Ghast, it's your time to shine again. I've got quite an assortment of blocks on my hotbar, and I am going to do this sort of randomly. This is not necessarily like the shadowy texturing that you see in areas like this. I'm not trying to create a difference in light here. I'm actually trying to kind of mimic real life, like lichen grows on the sides of the building. There'll be random bricks thrown in that are more aged than others because of random repairs and stuff. This is going to look a little bit random, to be honest. And I'm hoping the end result will just be a building that looks a little bit older, even though it is brand new because I've just built it this season. I've tried to select a bunch of blocks that kind of generally go together though, like the pale moss, the tuff. Oh, I could also just use some of this tuff. And we don't want to do patches that are too large. Like that might be a little bit of a large patch. We should probably throw just some cracked stone in here somewhere. Maybe like here. And then also in places, I do just get sick of this really repetitive stone texture. Sometimes I do wish there was a little bit more variation in bricks in general. So we're just kind of manually adding in some of that variation, I guess. The tuff is really contrasty. I'm gonna try not to overuse it, but we can always go back over this a couple of times throughout the season. It'll be much easier to get the correct texturing in once we're further into the build. Maybe up on the top here, a little bit of moss would grow. That kind of makes sense, right? Ooh, we could even use the tough bricks and the brick stairs up here to really get it into even the detailing. Gotta sleep. It's maybe a little bit patchy, but it's definitely better than the one that has no texturing. I need to kind of get into my flow. I feel like this up here, that looks great. It doesn't even look random. It looks like it totally makes sense that it would have wear and tear there. I need to figure out what exactly I'm gonna do with the long pillars, but we're on the right track. Maybe if I go in with the darker blocks first, actually, and kind of work from there, things will make a bit more sense. So we can almost treat this like a gradient. I mean, it's not quite a gradient. I don't want it to literally be a gradient, but we can kind of get close to that effect. This is such a nice relaxing activity in Minecraft. I love just a little bit of texturing. You don't have to think about it too hard. Like, it's not a super big deal. I want to get this right, obviously, but it's only a couple of blocks at a time, and if I don't love them, it's pretty easy to go back. Yep, that's starting to look good. Oh, I like it. The green is going to work so well with the red as well. They really do complement each other, those colors. I actually think I've done a better job here than I've done here. I might have to go back over that, but that's what I kind of mean by this not being like a super big deal. I can just go back over it because sometimes I sit with something like this for a long time and I'm kind of generally okay with it, but I know I can do it better, and so coming back to it after a small break from doing it kind of helps me with that. Doing this, strangely, is making me miss gardening. It has been winter for so very long here in Canada. It is still snowing out as I speak. It is April. We're well into April now, and yeah, still lots of snow around, but I cannot wait to get to garden again. I miss it so much. It's kind of therapeutic, and I think that's why this is reminding me of it. You just get to like just putting your hands in the soil, planting seeds, watching them grow. Oh, I love it so much. I can't wait to get back out there in the summer. Last year I planted carrots for the first time, and I'm so excited to try that again. I have some new ideas this year based on kind of what has been working and not working in my garden. I live in Newfoundland, so carrots definitely work, and potatoes and onions and beets, but I have had trouble with peppers. I don't have a greenhouse yet. Anyways, enough about my garden. Texturing update. I like it. Yeah, I might be doing too much. Okay, there's a chance that if I sit here with this long enough, I will end up just doing like way too much texturing. So we want to be gentle with this. In fact, let's put the happy gas back for a moment. Oops. I'm actually pretty happy with how that is aging the entire build. It's going to be a long process getting this whole build properly textured. I don't even know really what I'm going to do for all the texturing yet, but it'll be a learning process that we'll go through together, and I'm excited for it. Anyways, everyone, thank you so much for watching this Bits and Bobs episode. I hope that you enjoyed it. A little bit less focused, perhaps, but still productive nonetheless. I have got to package this episode up now and head off to the Gamers Outreach charity event that we're putting on over on Twitch. That will be streamed. I'll also be posting some videos from it on my second channel. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on Hermitcraft today, everyone, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Goodbye, everyone.